So, guys, how often do you get a chance to interview a World Cup winning captain and the captain of the Sunrisers Hyderabad? Here with me today is none other than Pat Cummins. Pat, welcome to Sports Sun.
Thanks for having me. Good to chat.
Pat, how is it? How different is it to captain Australia and captain an IPL franchise?
It's a little bit different. Most of it's the same. It's just the personnel that changed. So, Aussie guys I've known for a long time. A lot of these guys I only met for the first time right before the tournament. So it's a little bit different, but, they're all professional cricketers. They all know what they want to do out there on the field. And, my job's just to try and help them where I can.
Pat, as a captain, are you a hard taskmaster, or are you, very cool with the people around in the dressing room when it comes to youngsters?
You might need to ask them, but I think I'm pretty relaxed most of the time. I was a youngster not that long ago, so I kind of try and remember what helped me, what worked well for me, and try and do much the same for the young guys.
How has been the experience of playing with the franchise as of now, and weather? The weather is quite hot as compared to Australia.
Yeah, it is quite hot. It's always hot and humid over here, and only gets hotter as we go into May. But it's been great. It's been awesome first few weeks. I think the team's in a really good spot. The way we've been playing is I think really made some people stand up and take notice, and had two wonderful wins, other two matches which could have gone either way. Really happy, and the franchise are great, the staff are great, all the players are awesome. Really lovely owners. So loving how the city of Hyderabad's embracing the team.
But when it comes to captaining, since you are an Australian captain as well, you won the World Cup with the Australian team, and with the prize that the franchise paid for you while bidding and having your services, does it put any extra pressure of leading a young team, or with the price tag that comes with it?
Oh, look, wherever you play, it's always got pressure added to it. I think IPL does go up a little bit, just knowing how many people are watching every game. And I think, maybe having that price tag does, does change some expectations, even though, we're still just trying our best every game. So it doesn't really change much from our end. But, I think it's always about the teams that deal with the pressure the best, and really glad with how everyone's dealing with that at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. And there are a lot of leagues in the world, whether it's the Caribbean Premier League, whether it is the Pakistan Super League, whether it is the Big Bash League. You've been a part of the IPL. Earlier, you were part of the KKR establishment as well. How different is IPL from all the other leagues? And would you say that this is the best league in the world, where talent from all across the world come and they exhibit their talent?
To be honest, I haven't played in too many leagues. Obviously, played in the Big Bash, which is another fantastic league. I think the quality of players that come to IPL. Obviously, Indian local talent is unlike anywhere in the world, really. With over 1 billion population, you're going to find plenty of good cricketers. But also having 4 overseas players, and pretty much every overseas player in the world is available for this tournament. So I think it is the hardest tournament, highest quality. How it's different is, I think, just the crowds. It's every stadium's packed. You fly to a different city and it's a packed stadium. There's millions and millions and millions of people watching every game. There's a lot of attention. So it's like probably a lot of the other leagues, but it's just dialed up a few notches.
And a word on Abhishek Sharma. He's been in the form of his life. He's been performing consistently. Touch wood for that. And how impressed are you with Abhishek?
Really impressed. Hadn't seen a lot of Abhishek coming into this season, but he's obviously got very very high skill level, which is rare. But I think what I've loved the most is just the way he's actually gone about it. He's been really brave. He's quite fearless. He'll hit the first ball for 6 if it looks like it's in his area. He doesn't think twice, which I absolutely love. And I think that's that's a scary prospect when you come up against guys who are running hot and are playing with freedom. So hopefully much of the same. I'm glad he's on our team because he's a talent. He's been awesome to watch. It's great fun.
I was reading about it that you said that, I don't want to bowl to somebody like an Abhishek Sharma or Travis said.
Spot on. I mean, especially in the first six, you've only got two fielders out. Those guys are looking to hit every ball for 4 or 6. It's scary.
Yeah. All right. And what do you think, Pat? What are the things different this time in the season that you think SRH has it in it to go on till the end of the IPL and maybe bring home the cup?
I haven't been here until this year, so it's hard to comment on previously. From afar, it looked like there was a bit of chopping and changing with teams. I think having some consistency of teams does help. And we just keep telling our guys to go and play with some freedom and be aggressive. And it might not work every game. There might be a couple of games where it really doesn't go right, but that's T20 cricket. And I think as long as we're playing to our strengths, and that is being aggressive, taking the game on, I think we can hold our heads high, and I think we can go really far in this tournament.
Right. One interesting fact that I'm going to tell you is that, the last time SRH won the IPL, it was under David Warner, an Australian captain. And then way back when SRH was called Deccan Chargers, it was Adam Gilchrist who led the team to, lift the cup. Do we see the same thing happening? Will the Aussie luck shine this time as well?
Hey, let's hope so. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm up for it.
All right. And do we see more of Umran Malik this season? And what do you make of him as a fast bowler? How impressed are you with him?
Really excited with Umran. I remember first seeing him a few years ago in the IPL and, playing against him, and it was super impressive. So I'm sure we'll be seeing some more of Umran throughout the tournament. We've got some really strong bowling lineup, lots of experience with, Unikat, Bhuvi and Natarajan bowling really well. But I think when we're looking for that X factor or there's injury or conditions suit, Umran's the man to step right in, and he's been fantastic at training. So if he gets the call up, he's going to do a great job. I know of that.
Pat, there is another gentleman called Mayank Yadav. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, seen a little bit of him. Yeah.
So how impressed are you with him? Any advice that you'd like to give him?
No, just seen a little bit. He looks really good. Looks like he's got all, the raw skills of being a really good fast bowler. So, yeah, all the best to him.
All right. And I was listening to Tom Moody the other day, and he says that Pat Cummins is a bit like MS Dhoni when it comes to captaincy. What do you think of it?
That's a pretty good honor. Yeah, I've not played with MSD. Obviously played against him a lot. So, yeah, seen, I guess, his captaincy from afar, but never super up close. So, yeah, not too sure, but I'll take it. Thank you.
Yeah, and the other day you said that, when MSD came to bat, that was the loudest cheer that you've ever heard. Tell us about that.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's as loud as I've ever heard on a cricket field. It was crazy. It was obviously a packed house, but it was like everyone was trying to squeal as loud as they could in a smallish or in a 50,000 seat stadium. Just, yeah, crazy. He's obviously got a lot of love over here.
Last few questions, Pat, before I let you go off. The match against Mumbai Indians, 277. Who would have thought that, such a big score would have been scored, and people like Larson and everybody played so well. Tell us about that match, and also I'll ask another question related to that match. First, tell us about that match. Were you surprised with the amount of runs that were being scored during that match?
I was surprised. 200 is a pretty big score. 220 seems really big. 270 is just crazy. 277. Hyderabad's not a small ground either, but everything was just pinging for 4 and 6. It was crazy. So, yeah, it was great fun to watch. We got a bit of our own back at us when we went out to bowl as well. They were hitting it. They were on target for a little bit of it, but yeah, amazing T20 game, and there's been another couple of really high scoring matches. So I think the trend is, batters keep finding ways to score runs, unfortunately.
All right. During that match, you must have observed that the fans, the crowd was being a bit rough towards Hardik Pandya. When something of that sort happens, what's your take on that? Because I heard Mike Clark say that when he started play, and even for that matter, Adam Gilchrist, when he started playing, when Ian Healy was playing before him, and the Australian crowd also booed him. Something of that sort happened with you, or what do you make of it when home crowd, being an Indian cricketer, the home crowds are booing you? What do you have to say?
I don't really have much to say, to be honest. I've not been in that situation. It's a really tricky situation. Fans over here in India are super passionate, so I'm sure it's just a little phase. But yeah, that's about all I've got.
Right. And a lot of people are also questioning Virat Kohli, the way he has been playing, though he has been scoring consistently, but the style that he's playing in, people are questioning his strike rate. Yeah,
So,
your word on it. I mean, when somebody of Virat Kohli's caliber is being questioned consistently, despite the fact that he's been scoring runs.
yeah, I don't really have anything to say on that either.
All right, last question. Any young player that you think has a chance, Indian player who will make a T20 World Cup debut this year? Anyone who has impressed you?
I think maybe Abhishek Sharma is the guy for me. Again, top of the order, plays pace bowling, but particularly spin really, really well. Left-hander, takes the game on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Pat, for speaking to us, and all the best for tomorrow's game. Hope the winning streak continues for SRH, and I am an SRH fan as well, and I hope the team lifts the cup this season as well.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Cheers.
Goodbye. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks, Shazia.